And we welcome you inside of the Panther Den as we get set for varsity basketball in the Mountain 7 Conference on this brisk January night. It's the first Friday in January. And you know what that means. It's hot inside the Panther Den, and we are getting set for some terrific hoops on FPSN tonight. I'm George Young alongside our fantastic FPSN crew. As you see, the Panthers being introduced in the dark Panther Den as they turn the lights off, and they spotlight them as they bring them onto the field, onto the court, that is, as we transition. It's been a while since we have had a broadcast here on the Franklin Panther Sports Network. In fact, over 2 months. November 1st was the last broadcast we had, and that was the last ball game in the Panther pit against Pisgah over 2 months ago. But we've got two teams tonight that are set to do battle on the court. They are familiar foes in Franklin and Pisgah, and these two teams come in with high hopes, as they always do, of a conference championship. 9-2 are the Sugar Bears of Pisgah, and Franklin comes in at 5-5, and they are 2-0 in the conference. Pisgah only has played one game in the conference, and they are 1-0. We're set and ready to go. Jumping center for the Lady Panthers, Caitlin Foster and Reinhardt. Check that. Jade Cody will jump center for the Sugar Bears of Pisgah. They're dressed in red tonight. A lot of red and white in the gymnasium. Red, white, and black as the running jumper won't fall underneath. Offensive rebound, then a turnover underneath. It's going to be picked up by Layla Malloy. And the Panthers will attack. It's Bristol Brooks that'll bring it up. Kick it quickly up court to Josie Dehart. Dehart swings it over. It's Bristol Brooks in the paint, kicking it out. Dehart side to side with that dribble. Gives it up to Bristol. And then a pass underneath, going to be knocked away and stolen. It's the Bears that'll bring it down court. Jade Cody, nifty move, couldn't get it to go. Devlin able to get the bucket in the paint. And Pisgah goes up early, 2-0 in this Mountain 7 Conference battle. And that patented press that Pisgah likes, Panthers going to break it. Jumper just inside the arc, up and good for Aubrey Haley, who was an MVP of the Battle of the States tournament. That took place last weekend. Panthers able to salvage a game. Lady Panthers were on Monday night. We'll throw up the schedule and the conference standings as we go along here in this one tonight. Glad that you're with us on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. Side three off the mark by Campbell, and a long rebound. Bristol Brooks brings it up court. Collision, no whistle. She'll give it up to Dehart. Into the corner it goes. Underneath, shot up and good, and the foul. And that'll send Caitlin Foster to the line for the and one situation. And the foul is going to be whistled on Pisgah's Jade Cody. That'll be her first foul. And cannot convert the and one as that one hits the back of the iron for Foster. Pisgah going to race up court with it. They'll kick it over. It's Campbell. Dishes underneath. Nothing doing. Back out it goes. Over to Campbell again. Riley Campbell. Dribble up court. Kick it over the head and out of bounds. Trying to find Jade Cody, but that one had too much mustard on it, and it goes out of bounds. Malloy will trigger in front of the Panther bench as she gets it into Bristol Brooks. So we approach 6 minutes left here, first quarter. Malloy going to swing it over. Brooks now going to split a double team, and she'll get the foul called. Was not in the act of shooting. Was Bristol. That'll be the second whistle on Pisgah. That one's going against Chandler Lowry. That'll be her first. And it goes Malloy underneath, spinning and shooting. Fadeaway hits the side of the backboard for Caitlin Foster. Down court quickly in the paint. A whistle was Brooklyn Bryson in the act. We'll see. She's at the line. It looks like they're going to give her two shots. one's going against Malloy. That'll be her first, and that's just the team's first for the Panthers. First shot off the mark for Brooklyn Bryson. And the second shot is off, and it is good. Panthers break the press. Underneath, off the glass, it's Foster. Panthers up early. High pass, and a difficult one. They'll try to dish underneath, and the Bears turn it over into the hands of Foster off to Brooks. Down court, a three off the mark for Haley, and rebound comes to the Sugar Bears. It's Cody. Gives it up to Lowry. Now they'll find Campbell. Back to Chandler Lowry. And these names are very familiar in Pisgah basketball. They have been playing for the Sugar Bears for a number of years, as Brooklyn Bryson will get fouled on the way to the hole, and she'll be at the line. And Devlin, along with Lowry, names that have been on the roster for the Sugar Bears for a long time. First shot up and good for Brooklyn Bryson. She'll get one more at the charity stripe. And the second shot is up. And it's good. Off the mark. Bristol has it. Kicks it up top. Deep three, in and out for McKenna Plemons. Long rebound. Picked up by Pisgah. Try it again. It's Cody, and she'll get bumped on that low block. And was she in the act? They're pretty generous tonight. They'll send Jade Cody to the line as the third foul is whistled on Franklin. And that's going against Foster. It's her first. Back of the iron. First shot off the mark. Devlin going to check in. Macy Devlin comes in for the Sugar Bears. One more at the stripe for Cody. And it's off the mark. Haley grabs the rebound, quickly gives it up to Bristol Brooks, who runs the point. Now she's going to be double teamed in the backcourt. Finds Plemons into the front court eventually. Trying to shoot one underneath, going to be intercepted. Sugar Bears now attack. Lowry with it. Attacks. Wild shot, won't go. And a Plemons brings it up. Plemons going to swing it deep left side. Back up top. Now underneath. Wide open. It's Haley off the glass and good. Aubrey Haley with the bucket. And the Panthers have doubled up the Black Bears early on here. 3:44 left in the first quarter. Cody swings it into the corner. Devlin. Now Devlin going to find Leonard. Leonard to the hole, and she was bumped. That'll be the fourth foul or fifth foul. It'll be the fourth foul on Franklin. That one's going against Caitlin Foster. So one more to give in this quarter, and that'll be in the bonus for the Sugar Bears. First shot up and good. Bailey Connor is going to check in for Pisgah and into the game for Coach Doug Plemons, or check that Hardbarger is Malia Mason. She'll check into the game for the first time. And the second shot is up and good for Leonard. Also, more subs coming in. Pisgah going to check in Kenna Lonnie. Lawing, senior forward for the Sugar Bears. Lemons kicks it into the front court. Now over to Bristol Brooks. Brooks going to be double teamed. In trouble, and Hartbarger able to get a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout for the Panthers We'll look at the schedule. As you see, the Panthers have been on the road for pretty much the entire season. 5-5. They come into this one 2-0 in the conference, though, with a win on Monday night against Coosa. But it's been an up-and-down season. Talk to Hartbarger before tonight's game. You see 4 wins in a row, then 4 losses in a row. Just trying to gel. A lot of young players. But he's pretty confident in these girls. They're turning the corner, and they'll start playing well here down the stretches. You're into the heart of conference play now. Only a couple of non-conference games left here in the back half of the season. And 6 home games in the month of January, which is good. Bristol Brooks going to swing it over. It's McKenna Plemons with it. She hits from downtown. And the Panthers extend the lead. It's 11-6 now as we approach 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Devlin dishes, and it goes Lawing. Lawing gets double team, kicks it out in the paint. High off the glass, good. Chandler Lowry will be at the line for the and one. That'll be the 5th foul whistled on the Lady Panthers. That one's going against Michaela Pendergrass. Or check that, McKenna Plemons. Yeah, 23, not 22. Shot wouldn't go from the stripe. In the corner, it's a 3, well off the mark. Aubrey Haley able to grab the rebound, finds Bristol Brooks. She slips, able to get a shot up. It wouldn't fall. Here come the Sugar Bears. Devlin gives it up. Chandler Lowry surveys, kicks it over to Devlin. Back up high it goes, and a bump outside the arc on Plemons. So is that going to be her 3rd? Yeah, I think it is. And McKenna Plemons picks up 3 quick ones here in the first quarter. She's going to take a seat. Well, I thought she was. They'll let the first free throw attempt to be made, and then they'll sub for Plemons. She's going to take a seat. Coming in for is Riley Green. The sophomore comes in for the senior, McKenna Plemons. And the shot is up and good. 11-9. Check that, 11-10. Haven't put it up on the scoreboard just yet. Brooks sends it into the front court. Nice dish in the paint, off the glass, good, and one for Malia Mason. That'll be the 3rd team foul on the Sugar Bears. A lot of fouls called in this first quarter. Subs coming in for Holloway. Riley Campbell going to check back in. 1 shot for Mason. Can't get it to go. Here comes Campbell. Dishes, stolen away. Bristol Brooks has it in the backcourt. Green now going to dish to Mason, then Mason's pass off the mark, out of bounds. Malloy cut to the basket as that pass was being dished. Under 2 minutes left here, first quarter. Glad you're with us. Got boys action to follow about 8 o'clock or so. That should be a good one. Always is against the Pisgah Black Bears. These two teams have had some doozies over the years. Shot from downtown wouldn't go for Devlin. Brooks with some trouble, kicks it underneath. It's Malia Mason. Down court. Pisgah caught the Panthers sleeping defensively, and a foul coming up. Bailey Connor will be at the line. Be double bonus the rest of the way here in the first quarter. After last year, they changed the rules. Fouls reset after each quarter. Checking in for Hartbarger, Beatty, and Stiles coming to the game for the final minute 22. And the second shot is up and good for Bailey Connor. Issues in the backcourt, going to be a steal. Off the glass, good, Bailey Connor. And Pisgah's cut the lead to 2 points, 15-13 high pass. Almost a traveling violation. Bristol Brooks will have it up top, directs traffic. Bristol attacks, splits a double team, got it partially blocked. Offensive rebound underneath, and a foul? A jump ball. That's a foul. Offensive foul going against Peyton Beatty. .50 seconds left. Sugar Bears bring it up. Campbell deep. Swings it. Connor back to Campbell. Now underneath into paint, spinning and shooting. I thought it was blocked or just a bad shot. I think it was nope, they're just going to say it was a bad shot out of bounds to the Panthers. Pisgah picks up in the backcourt. Brooks dishes. It's Green into the front court. Back to Brooks. Call out the offense. With 24 seconds left. Lemon. Mason dishes. And a traveling violation underneath. Riley Green shuffled her feet. 15 seconds left. Panthers hanging on to a 2-point lead, 15-13. And a steal. Got a race. Off the glass and good. As Riley Green beats the buzzer. And after one quarter, Franklin holds a 17-13 edge as we head to break.
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services.
(17-13) after one quarter in the girls' varsity. Glad you're with us on this chilly Friday night. First Friday of 2025, and we're glad that you're spending it with us on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. Glad our fantastic crew is with us. Philip Angel on controls. Have Sammy Nelson on our main camera tonight. Appreciate her pinch hitting for us. Panthers have the first possession in the second quarter. And triggering will be Malloy. She's back into the game. Again, it goes to Green. He'll swing it. Now underneath. Spinning and shooting. Haley couldn't get it to go on the second. Was there a foul? Yeah. Foul on Franklin. And over the back. It's going to go against Haley. That'll be her first and the team's first here in the second quarter. Looks like this one's going to be a nip and tuck affair, as it usually is between these two teams. We'll talk about the conference standings once we get a break in the action. Underneath, a traveling violation on the Sugar Bears. That one is going to be assessed to Kylie Leonard, Jr. Now, Pisgah going to pick up in the backcourt. And it is off the leg of Pisgah. Panthers will keep possession, but have to trigger in front of the student section. As you see folks mingling right below our camera position. A lot of folks here tonight, as we expected. The issue, though, is parking. If you haven't been around the school in the past couple of months, really within the past couple of weeks, they have put a giant fence around the gymnasium, the front entrance of the gymnasium, blocking off the practice field is all the way around the Panther pit and down, blocking the stairs that go up from the lower parking lot as that one heads out of bounds. And also they have blocked off the backside as well, where we used to come around and unload our equipment. So pretty much the only parking lot that is available is the lower lot. A couple of missed shots. Out of bounds it goes. It's going to be Pisgah basketball. And so you've got to hike a ways to get up the hill and get into the gymnasium. Just one entrance into the gym now. They have blocked off the one that was closest to the practice field because there's a giant fence there. Lowry underneath. 17-15, 2-point edge for the Panthers. And again, some press in the backcourt as it's Riley Green. That'll bring it up. Green, nifty dribbling, gets it across before the 10-second violation. Mason dishes into the paint. Now just outside the paint, it's Haley with a shot that won't go. Offensive rebound, now a dish back underneath Haley, and she'll be fouled. The frustration there. She got hit pretty well. And a lot of bumping and grinding underneath. And they'll say was not in the act. So side out, it'll go to the Panthers. As Bristol was going to check in. Bristol Brooks, she's going to be the trigger lady underneath. And it goes. Haley won't fall. Down court. Devlin can't get it to roll in, but she'll be at the line as she got bumped on the way. A couple of times the Panthers have been a little lax defensively getting back, and the Sugar Bears have been able to exploit that and get quick opportunity at the bucket. 2 shots, back of the iron with the first for Devlin. Brooklyn Bryson gonna check into the game for Pisgah. Taking a seat is Kylie Leonard. One more for Devlin. Off the mark, long board, fight for it, jump ball, and the possession arrow is going to stay with Pisgah. They've got the possession arrow on the scores table, but they don't have it up on the scoreboard, so it's not going into our scoreboard. It would if they put it up there, but have giant arrows on the side of our new graphical scoreboard for the 2025 season. Outside the arc, wouldn't fall. Fight for it. And they're going to whistle a foul on Pisgah. Nope, jump ball. Jump ball on. And it'll go to the Panthers. That'll allow Pisgah to pick up full court now. And dangerous pass. Out of bounds. I'll say off of Chandler Lowry. They'll stay with the Panthers. We've been stuck at 17-15 for a while. Bristol Brooks almost got her pocket pick. She picks it back up and going to race. Kick underneath off the hands of Aubrey Haley, out of bounds. It'll be a turnover. Chandler Lowry brings it. Oh, check that. Yeah, it is Lowry. And Lowry going to bring it up across that timeline. Kick it over to Connor now. Outside the arc, it's Campbell back up top. A 3 by Campbell. Won't fall. Fight for it. Out of bounds. And last touch by Pisgah. McKenna Plemons going to check back into the game. She's playing with 3 fouls. Got those 3 fouls quickly in that first quarter and has been on the bench ever since. But Hart Barger senses that any little spark, and she is good from downtown. And she's open. She's deadly. Approaching 5 minutes left. Collision. Is everybody okay is the question. Well, they whistle a foul on Franklin. Wow, okay. So that's on Clemens, and she's going to pick up her fourth. Wow. She's going to take a seat. That's the third whistle on the Lady Panthers here in this second quarter. Connor dishes underneath. Campbell kicks it out. Just inside the arc, it's Chandler Lowry to tie the game at 17. Now allow Pisgah to pick up in their patented press. Brooks across that timeline, dishes. Riley Green over to Malloy. Back it goes to Brooks. Bristol is going to get bumped near the top of the key. That'll be the second whistled on Pisgah. That one's going against Bailey Connor. That's her second, and we've got a whistle, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Going to be his 32nd timeout. Chance for me to talk about the conference standings. There they are. You see Franklin and Pisgah at the top, undefeated. Franklin at 2-0 in the conference, and Pisgah at 1-0. Pisgah has the best record overall in the conference at 9-2, and nobody else has a winning record. Panthers come in at 5-5. In fact, Pisgah's the only team with a winning record. Everybody else at 500 or sub 500. But obviously, this is a critical game, as it normally is in the conference. These two teams are always battling for the top, and looks like it's going to be no different this year. Timeouts in the books, and we'll get back to action. It's going to be Panther basketball. Haley going to trigger. Glad that you're with us just past 7 o'clock on this chilly Friday evening. Friday evening, or 7 o'clock in the east, wherever you may be watching, it may be a different time zone. Tough pass and through the hands, out of bounds. Haley looked like she was already eyeing a little bit of a seam to dribble in, and didn't follow through to secure that pass. Under 4.5 left, second quarter. Cody kicks in the paint. Shot won't go. Offensive rebound and another foul. Chandler Lowry will be at the line. That'll be the fourth foul on Franklin. That is 9 total in this first half. And that one's going against Chandler, or Aubrey Haley. That'll be her second. And 2 shots at the stripe for Lowry. She gets the first. Pisgah takes, I believe that's their first lead at 18-17. Off the mark with the second shot. Pisgah able to grab the rebound. It's back to Chandler Lowry. Lowry thought about it. Swings it underneath. Bryson is trapped. She kicks it out. Cody tracks it down. Campbell again was open, thought about it. Finds Devlin. Back into the corner it goes to Cody. Back up top, Devlin. More deliberate on this possession, and now a traveling violation on the Sugar Bears. Bailey Connor going to check in for Pisgah. Comes off the bench. Bristol Brooks running the point, brings it up across that timeline, swings it over. It's Green back to Brooks. Now into the paint it goes. Liam Mason couldn't get it. And another foul. That's going to be the 5th this quarter. And so 2 shots the rest of the way on any fouls for Pisgah. And 2 shots upcoming. That is the 10th now called in this first half against the Panthers. And the third going against Haley. That's big. I know Coach Hartbarger talked to me about foul trouble. And the first shot is up and good. Kylie Leonard hits, and Pisgah has their biggest lead at 19-17. Peyton Beatty is checked in. One more at the stripe for Leonard. That one rims out. Offensive rebound. Lowry swings it underneath, knocked away. Trying to hit Devlin. Now the Panthers going to try to race out in front. And we've got a collision. Knocked away, out of bounds. They didn't call a foul? Wow. It'll be Panther basketball. Brooks gets it in the corner. Now underneath, it's Mason. Malia can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. And a reach-in foul. Going against Brooklyn Bryson. Pisgah's third. 2 more to give before a double bonus situation. Hold on, we've got the issues here at the scores table, I believe. They didn't have the right foul number. Now they do. Brooklyn Bryson. Brooks swings it high up top. 3 off the mark for Brooks. Fight for the rebound. Out of bounds to the Pisgah Black Bears. 19-17, Pisgah, after trailing for the entire first half, has now secured a 2-point edge as we tick under 3 minutes to go. Issues. Tie up, possession arrow, Pisgah. Bailey Connor to trigger. Connor with it, open 3. Rims out. Offensive rebound. Second shot won't go. Another offensive rebound. Another shot off the mark for Pisgah. Fight for it. Jump ball. And the possession arrow is to the Panthers. This time, I'm not sure how they don't call over the back on Franklin there. That's what Brandon Holloway is complaining about. Franklin with the possession, chance to tie or take the lead. We approach 2.5 left, first half. Spinning and shooting in the paint. We're tied at 19. Peyton Beatty with the bucket. Another offensive rebound. That's been the story here in the second quarter at least. Well, the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter. Offensive rebounding for Pisgah. We've got another foul. That one's going against Malia Mason, her second. For Franklin, 2 shots upcoming. Back the iron. One more for Lowry. Gets the second to go, breaks that 19-19 tie. Brooks up across, finds Green. Green going to dump it underneath. Mason now tries to find a teammate. It was intercepted. Body's on the deck, and it's knocked out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Franklin. Their end of the court. Brooks looks to get it in, does, high up top, Green. Bristol in the corner, got it knocked away, picked it back up, got a shot blocked. Pisgah races, another foul. Devlin will be at the line for a couple shots. Who is this one on? Peyton Beatty, her second. Well, foul trouble already is rearing its ugly head for Coach Hartbarger's bunch. And the first shot is up and good for Chandler Lowry. You can see Hardbarger on the sideline went over to the official. He just kind of put his hands up in the air. Lowry. Second shot up and good. Check that, Devlin. Second shot up and good. The Pisgah now with a 3-point lead at 22-19. Bristol Brooks swings it. Now underneath. It's Beatty. Trying to get position. She does. And Beatty able to get the bucket to go. Open. Won't fall from the corner. Campbell. And another offensive rebound. Now a tie-up. And the possession arrow is going to stay with Pisgah. Oh, they're going to call a foul. Okay. That'll be the fourth on Pisgah. Jade Cody going to check in for Holloway as Chandler Lowry takes a seat for the Pisgah Black Bears. Who's that foul on? It was on Lowry, her second. One more foul to give. We got 4. Panthers well over the limit now. High pass underneath, collision. It's going to stay with Franklin. William Mason hit the deck. Looks like she's okay. Bristol kicks it into the up high. Now we've got a whistle and a bump on Pisgah. So that should be the 5th foul. Yeah, it will be the 5th foul. So double bonus. 2 shots for Peyton Beatty. I should say double bonus. They have done away with the single bonus and the double 1-and-1. They've done away with the 1-and-1. So there's no 1-and-1 anymore. Hard to break those habits, though, right? First shot up and good. And gets the second. Campbell in the corner, going to dish. Bryson had it knocked away and then collides with Peyton Beatty. Another foul on Pisgah and shots on the other end. Both teams now are almost even in the foul category. Beatty back at the line. And she gets the first to go. Hits them both. And a steal. Brooks to the hole. Bristol Brooks extends the Panther lead. It's 27-22. Approaching 40 seconds left. Trap underneath. Knocked out of bounds. Devlin will trigger for Holloway. Dangerous pass, going to be secured. Cody had it, gave it up. Now a turnover underneath. Panthers have it. Approaching 30 seconds left. Bristol Brooks swings it. Back it goes to Brooks. Leans into it. Free throw line. Won't fall. Rebound. Kylie Leonard off to the races. Go to Sugar Bears. And a block. Campbell's shot blocked underneath. Panthers have it. We'll see if they wait and let the clock tick down. The final shot. Brooks into the corner. It's a 3, well off the mark. Beatty grabbed the rebound at the buzzer. 29-22 at the half. Franklin with a flurry at the end of the half to extend the lead at 29-22 after they had fallen behind 22-19. All right, coming up, fans, stay with us because we're going to have a chat with Doug Clemens, boys varsity basketball coach. We'll talk about a lot of things because we hadn't chatted with him all year. We'll hear from Doug Clemens and then get you set for the beginning of the third quarter right after this. Welcome back. George Young now joined with Doug Clemens of the boys varsity team, the head coach. And it's the first time we've actually talked to you this season. The way that the schedule played out, we couldn't do a couple of the games that you had early in the season. You already played 10 games coming into tonight's conference opener against the Pisgah Black Bears. Let's go back in time, Coach, in 2024. You guys finished 2024 slate at 7-3, coming off a second-place finish in the Battle of the States tournament. Recap the first half of the season for us.
Well, I think it's been a good start. It's been a tough start. As you mentioned, we've played 10 games, and only 2 games have been at home. Both of those were non-conference games against Murphy and Andrews, which we were able to win. We feel like this is a really good venue for us, and we're hoping that these tough road games that we've played will have made us a stronger team. As you mentioned, we've played 10 games, 2 conference games. We've lost a tough one to East Henderson at East Henderson early in the season by 11 points, and then we won over at Tuscola. So those are our 2 conference games that we've played so far. Non-conference wise, we played a really tough schedule. Not only have we played away from home, but we played some really good teams. McDowell is one of the top teams in West North Carolina. We played them at Western Carolina University in the clash of the conferences. Played well for 3 quarters. They were able to stretch it out in the fourth, but still came away knowing that we could compete with some of the better teams. And then, of course, we've played over at the Battle of the States in Hiawassee, and that was a good experience for us. Had to play 3 games in 4 nights. And played very well. Even the final game, we played Union, Georgia, which is a really good team out of Blairsville, and it was nip and tuck down to the end, and then they were able to extend at the end by making some shots, some free throws. But we cut their lead and played strong right up to the end. So good guard play by them. So that prepares us for tonight against Pisgah because they're pretty guard strong.
Well, through 10 games, Coach, you knew coming in that you had a lot of scoring coming back from last year's team. What have you learned about this team so far?
A very balanced team. We have three guys that are averaging in the mid teens to high teens. Then we have a couple other guys that are averaging just under 10 points a game. So we've had several games where we've had 3 people in double figures. We've had some games that we've had 4 people and 5 people in double figures. So the scoring is much more balanced than it was last year, and I think that's good. It's harder for teams to scout us because they can't focus in on 1 or 2 players. Defensively, I feel like we're much better. We've been primarily playing man-to-man defense. We've mixed in a little bit of full court pressure with some half-court trap, but our primary defense has been man-to-man, and it's enabled us to focus on guarding and help side defense, and also I think it's helped our rebounding because when you have a man, then obviously when the shot goes up, that's your guy. You got to box out. Where in the zone, sometimes you get caught in between and don't do quite as good a job. So we're excited about both sides of the ball. We feel like up to this point we've been strong offensively, and defensively we feel like that's probably the highlight of our season.
I know it's the first home conference game. You've played 2 conference games so far, coming at 1-1. Had to take on East Henderson, the preseason favorite. They're undefeated coming into tonight's action at 12-0. And it looks like the way that the conference standings are shaking out that there's not a lot of wiggle room if you do want to compete for that conference regular season championship. So really, you almost have to win out. Maybe can't lose more than 1 down the stretch if you wanted to win that regular season conference championship. So talk about the conference, what you've seen so far, and then the Black Bears come in at 4-7, but they've played a pretty tough schedule early on too.
They have. They're very, very battle tested, and obviously the 2 teams, us and Pisgah, we have a building rivalry between the two schools, and I think they'll bring plenty of energy tonight. When you look at the preseason standings before the season ever started, I think you could look at East Henderson, returning conference champion, best player in the conference, returning in Brewer. They've stood up to the test so far. We had to play them the third game of the season. Not to make any excuses, but I do not think we were quite ready to play in that type of a ball game that early. We had some cancellations because of football with the 2 Murphy games. We were supposed to get those in before we played East Henderson, but didn't happen. So again, went over there, played well, had a chance to win. Ended up losing by 11 at their place. Obviously, they've got to come here later in the season, and we were looking forward to that. But in the meantime, as you mentioned, several teams that could play into the conference championship. I feel like we're one of them. I feel like Pisgah is one of them, even though, like you say, the record doesn't indicate. They played a really, really tough schedule up to this point. And when you look at returning players and what teams have returning from last year, they probably have as much as anybody returning. Now, they lost the blue kid in football to an injury right at the end of the season, and he was a standout player, but they've rebounded well from that and found good offense in the other players. Another team I think to keep an eye on would probably be North Henderson, and that's who we'll play next Tuesday. Luckily for us, we played all these away games early in the season. Now we come into January, and 6 out of our next 9 are at home. And only one of those away games is a conference game. So, we're really looking forward, hopefully using the tough schedule that we've played up to this point to, build some momentum. And then if we can get on a little roll here in January with these home games, hopefully get our fans used to coming and watching and get our community excited. It's been a little tough up front, but still I think we have a lot of good things to look forward to.
Well, Coach, it's always a pleasure to talk to you before tonight's action, and we'll do it again on Tuesday night.
Okay, looking forward to it.
That's Doug Plemons, head varsity boys coach. Stay with us. We've got more to come.
My name's Garrett Young. I'm a freshman, and I wrestle at FHS. And I've been selected for the FHS Athlete of the Month. My biggest goals are to win state as a freshman, which is going to be pretty tough, but also to go to these big tournaments nationwide and win it. I recently wrestled at the War Eagle tournament and ended up getting MVP. Really, it means a lot going in that high school tournament and wrestling all the big seniors and juniors. I wrestled smart, I wrestled hard. My biggest motivator is my dad. Helps me through really cutting weight and just have the mindset to go out there and dominate.
The Athlete of the Month has been presented by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first, member FDIC. And by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. They take pride in providing world-class care right here at home. For 75 years, the Panther Pit has stood as an enduring symbol of our community. More than just a football stadium, it has witnessed graduations, folk festivals, senior class days, track meets, youth sports, band performances, and the crowning of many homecoming queens. As for football, it's a place where countless young men forged their character, where small-town rivalries were ignited, where hometown heroes were discovered, at a place where generations of fans found a place to belong on Friday nights. Whether you were on the field, in the band, or watching in the stands, the Pit brings up nostalgic memories for all of us. From its humble beginnings to its present status, the Panther Pit has become an integral part of our community. Its transformation over the last 75 years is rooted in the generosity this community is known for. There are tons of stories to tell, and surely we won't be able to share all of them in our video, but this tribute is meant to capture the Pit's history and stroke great memories for those who have been a part of it. We hope this video will spark conversations about what made the Panther Pit so special, both within our community and beyond. We will explore the history of this beloved venue and document its biggest changes throughout 75 years. Along the way, we hope to highlight the people and selfless dedication that made it a legendary part of our community. This documentary has involved many hours of research. We have scoured the local press archives and conducted numerous interviews with folks that have a first-hand account of the last 75 years. And we found two things that are certain. The pit has received a ton of work over the last 75 years in terms of the field and playing surface, amenities for fans, and facilities for the players. These changes have been driven by the generosity of our local people. Civic groups and individual fans have given resources, time, and money to change it for the better. There is a ton of excitement about the future Franklin High School campus and the new Panther Pit. But let us first pause and say a proper goodbye to this one. The Final Whistle, celebrating 75 years of history at the Panther Pit, now streaming on demand on the Franklin Panther Sports Network's YouTube and Facebook pages.
And we are back to action here in the third quarter as they came out of the locker room about a minute early. And the scoring gets underway, and it's the Pisgah Black Bears. Sugar Bears, Brooklyn Bryson with the bucket out of the gates here in the third quarter. Panthers now on the left side of your screen. 3 off the mark for Layla Malloy, and the Sugar Bears got a race down court. Almost a traveling violation. Campbell is going to hit the deck, and she's going to be fouled, but it'll be a non-shooting foul. And the second half begins the way the first half began, with a foul on the Lady Panthers. That one's going against Layla Malloy, her third. And foul trouble is a concern for Hardbarger. And his botches that one. Does go out of bounds. Pass a little too tough from Jade Cody. The Panthers will have possession. Bristol Brooks races. And does she travel? Yes, she does. Travels at the free throw line. She leaned into a defender and shuffled her feet. Panthers with a 29-22 halftime lead. Impressive first half for the Lady Panthers against a Pisgah bunch. Comes into tonight's action at 9-2. They played a pretty difficult schedule as well. The Panthers have really taken on some of the Titans in Western North Carolina, including Cherokee, who is just demolishing people again. They're good, and they will compete for another state championship. They are the defending 1A state champion. And in that game last year, in the 1A state championship game, they just demolished. I cannot remember the name of the team they played. I watched it on My 40, and they had a running clock in the second half. It was a total win in every facet. The Cherokee Lady Braves are very good again this year. Along with McDowell. Panthers played McDowell in the Catamount Battle of the Conferences clash in Cullowhee. Tiptoeing the baseline, she couldn't. It was Plemons, and it's a turnover. Plemons has 4 fouls. She's in the game, McKenna Plemons. Oh, they're going to say, okay, it's going to be Panther basketball. Pass up top, almost knocked away. Secured by Malloy. She'll kick it up top. Now it's to Brooks. Brooks attempts from downtown. Won't fall. Rebound, Pisgah. Lowry drives in, kicks it out. It's Campbell. And Campbell going to travel with it as she shuffled her feet. Thought about it, too. That'll be a turnover on the Sugar Bears. They'll pick up, press in the backcourt. Now they'll back off. The Panthers will break it. It's Plemons with it finally. Quickly will find Bristol Brooks. Bristol's pass almost knocked away. A collision, and it is eventually picked up. Lowry. Chandler weaving to the hole. Chandler Lowry. Nifty move. And a timeout going to be called by Scott Hardbarger. It's going to be a full timeout, so we're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
It's the biggest event of the year in Franklin. The 11th annual 80s Flashback Weekend returns to downtown. Friday, August 1st, it's the sounds of Hall & Oates with Big Bam Boom. And then Saturday, August 2nd, 80s Nation returns to rock the stage. All to benefit Shriners Children's Greenville. Find us on Facebook for more information.
Scott Hardbarger called a quick timeout just about 2.5 minutes into this third quarter. He saw something he didn't like. Called a full timeout and discussed things. Panthers will have possession out of the break. And Pisgah picks up in the backcourt. Panthers have been able to handle the pressure so far. Malloy had it. Finds Brooks. He's going to drive in, get it knocked away. Picked up in the corner by Foster. Foster going to find McKenna Clemens. She drives in, and Clemens was fouled, but was she in the act of shooting? It doesn't appear she was. But the way they were liberally given Pisgah the opportunity at the free throw line. I had to wait there for a second in the first quarter and the second quarter as well. Didn't matter where they were on the floor. It looked like it was a two-shot foul. This will be a two-shot foul. Layla Malloy will be at the line. That one's going against Campbell. First shot off the mark. Riley Campbell for Pisgah picks up her first. That's the third whistled on Pisgah here in the third quarter. Second shot goes in. Devlin going to race. Check that. Lowry races. Gives it up. Back it goes to Lowry. She'll swing it over. Underneath. It will not fall. Fight for it. And it's a jump ball. Possession arrow going to be with the Lady Panthers. Bristol Brooks brings it up. It's a three that rolls in. And it's the three machine, McKenna Clemens, playing with 4 fouls. She got the roll, the shooter's touch. Connor wouldn't go. Fight for it underneath. Jump ball, and the possession arrow is with Pisgah this time. Quickly inbound Campbell. Her shot wouldn't go. Brooks races. Spins and shoots. Nice. Bristol Brooks gives the Panthers a 9-point lead. I believe that's their biggest of the night. Pisgah tries to answer. Three wouldn't go. Rebound. Lady Panthers. They're going to push up court. Foster. And now Holloway wants to talk things over. Brandon Holloway has seen enough. All of a sudden, the Panthers' lead has ballooned to 11. That is their biggest lead so far tonight. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Mentioned in the first half about the conference implications this game has. There you see the conference standings. The only team with a winning record overall in the conference is Pisgah. They're at 9-2. Franklin at 500. But undefeated in the conference at 2-0. So out of the timeout, Pisgah will have possession. Boys action will come up at the conclusion of this one, about 10-15 minutes after. We'll have it here on YouTube and Facebook. Lowry gets double teamed, gives it up. Nice. Bailey Connor able to gather herself in the paint and get a shot up and good. Lemons tried to hit another one from downtown. Pass intercepted. It's Brooks. Baseline. Wouldn't go. And over the back, going to be whistled on Franklin. Caitlin Foster, the junior, picks up the foul. That'll be her third. Or her first. That's her third. Second whistle this quarter on Franklin. Lowry will bring it up. Lowry going to swing it over into the corner now. It's Connor. Bailey finds Bryson, and Bryson is bumped before the shot. That'll be the third on Franklin, and that one's going against Haley, her fourth. Aubrey Haley picks up her fourth. That is big. Pisgah quickly inbound. It goes. Brooklyn Bryson able to get the bucket off the glass. Cut the Panther lead to 7. Pass knocked away. Stays with Franklin. Brooks. Pass knocked away on the inbound. Devlin dishes. Transition bucket for Pisgah. It's Chandler Lowry. Brooks now gets double teamed, fires one into the corner. Haley, and it's out of bounds, going to stay with Franklin. As Haley fought off 2 Sugar Bears. And Haley going to take a seat, playing with 4 fouls. Malia Mason checks in. I don't think Bristol Brooks has checked out of the game at any point. She's been the point guard. Pass underneath, knocked away. Pisgah on transition. Can't get it to go. Clemens was able to secure the rebound. She hits the deck. Foul on Pisgah. It'll be the fourth on the Sugar Bears. Third going to be called on Bailey Connor. Into the game. Peyton Beatty for Hardbarger. Also, Clemens going to take a seat, and Riley Green checks in. 37-32. Lady Panther advantage. If you just joined us, Panthers have led for a good portion of this game. Pisgah took a lead late in that second quarter before a flurry by the Panthers to end the half to go up 29-22. Off the glass, good, and a flurry now by the Pisgah Sugar Bears. They've got that Panther lead with just 3 at 37-34. It was 11 at one point in this third quarter. High pass, stolen away. Brooklyn Bryson dishes into the corner. Now on the dribble, a bump. Ticky-tack. Fourth on Franklin. Is that one going against Green? Yeah, Riley Green picks up her first. No shots. Next foul, both teams will be at the free throw line. And that one is turned over. Brooks swings it over. Green back to Brooks. Now we'll find an open Beatty. Shot wouldn't go. Mason with the rebound. And Mason will be fouled. And that'll send Malia to the line. 2 shots, 5th on Pisgah. With 1:36 left, third quarter. Chance to build on to that 3-point lead. Mason at the charity stripe. Got the first. Hardbarger. And he gets some players off the bench. As it's Anna Stiles who comes in for Layla Malloy. One more for Mason. She gets them both. Holloway going to get Lawing into the game. Kenna Lawing checks in for the Sugar Bears. Lowry into the front court. Devlin's pass knocked away underneath. Up high, it's Connor. They're going to call another foul. Wow. Touch fouls at this point. That'll be the 5th. On Franklin, 5th foul, so the rest of this 1:25, 2 shots for Pisgah. First one wouldn't go for Bailey Connor. One more at the stripe for the junior. And she gets the second to go. Green in the backcourt, now into the front court with the pass. In the corner, knocked away. Stiles sees it knocked out of her hands. It's going to stay with Franklin. And Bristol Brooks will do the honors to trigger. High left corner of your screen. And it goes to Green. Green lost control of it. She gets double teamed. Now a tie up as Eschidero. A timeout call. Timeout. Hardbarger. 30-second timeout. 1:12 left. Got a lot of basketball ahead for you on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. You see a game coming up on Tuesday night against the North Henderson Purple Knights. We'll have that action here. And the Panthers hit the road, weather permitting, dead snow, next Thursday and Friday. And then all those little FPSN logos mean that you can tune in right here. So if you haven't already, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel or like our Facebook page, follow our Facebook page, and you'll get notifications when we go live. You can get updates on the schedule because they are always changing in flux as the basketball schedule. That's why at the bottom of the screen there it says subject to change. High up top, Panthers with possession, swinging it underneath. Beatty wouldn't go. Offensive rebound. Brooks. Are they going to count it? Yes, they will. And one for Bristol Brooks. Who's that on? It's going against Devlin, her first. Can't get the free throw to go. And it's Pisgah with the board. 60 seconds left, third quarter. Traveling the call on Chandler Lowry. And a turnover for the Sugar Bears. 56 seconds left. Mason swings one underneath. And one. Peyton Beatty at the stripe. Bryson going to pick up her fourth. Brooklyn Bryson, freshman for Holloway and the Sugar Bears. She's going to take a seat. As Leonard going to check in for her. The senior Beatty at the charity stripe for the and one. And she got it to go. In the paint. Leonard couldn't get it to go. Pisgah able to save it out of bounds, but stepped on the baseline. .22 seconds left. Three up and good. Riley Green. And the Panthers have their biggest lead of the night at 12. 10 seconds left. And a turnover. Brooks feeds it up court off the mark. Out of bounds off of Pisgah. Stays with Franklin. 4.6 seconds left. Franklin dressed in white. A lot of red, white, and black in the gymnasium tonight if you just tuned in. Panthers are in white. Pisgah is in red. It's kind of confusing at times. And I forget that when you just tune in. Both teams are red, black, and white. Shot wouldn't go. Saved out of bounds. That'll do it. So the third quarter is in the books. Panthers with a 12-point lead as we head to break.
My name's Kyra Bowles. I'm a senior, and I'm on the volleyball team. I've made all-conference the past 2 years as an outside hitter. I just recently committed to play volleyball at Maryville College. My biggest achievement in high school is getting All-State this past season. My favorite game this season was the first round of state playoffs against Fred T. Ford because I like playing teams that we haven't played before. My favorite moment was from last season was when we beat West Henderson on Pink Night. My biggest inspiration for volleyball is Maddie Skinner because she centers her relationship with volleyball around Christ.
The Athlete of the Month has been presented by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first, member FDIC. And by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. They take pride in providing world-class care right here at home.
Fourth quarter underway at the Panther Den. I'm George Young, flying solo tonight. We've got a fantastic FPSN crew behind me, behind the scenes. They don't get the limelight, but they do a fantastic job. We got a traveling violation on Layla Malloy to begin this fourth quarter. Philip Angel, our executive producer tonight, and Abby Nelson is running our center camera for us. In the corner, it's Devlin going to attack. Dish finds Leonard. She gets it to go. 7.5 here left, fourth quarter. Almost a backcourt violation. It's what Holloway wanted on the Pisgah sideline. Bristol Brooks with the basketball. Dangerous pass. Underneath it, Foster. Caitlin Foster with a bucket. 48-37, 11-point advantage for the Lady Panthers. Lowry. Devlin into the corner. Three up and good. It's Jade Cody. Panthers, there's a collision and a blocking foul on Bailey Connor. Fourth on Connor, first on Pisgah this quarter. It's a sod court Panthers have to trigger in front of the Pisgah bench. It's Haley to do the honors. She gets it to Brooks, calls out the offense. Bristol run the point the entire night for Hardbarger. Malloy finds Bristol. Now Brooks attacks, double team, fires a pass, secured. Now underneath it goes. A lot of contact into Foster. Foster, first shot, no, got her own rebound, got fouled. Foster will be at the line. 2 shots. Second on Pisgah early on here, fourth quarter. That one's going against Lowry. Chandler Lowry picks up her 4th. Both teams have foul difficulty. It's been a rough and tumble game. First shot no good. Holloway going to check in Riley Campbell. And Connor takes a seat. Is Lowry still out there? Yeah, she is. Playing with 4 fouls. Second shot won't go. Rebound, jump ball, possession arrow, Pisgah. Lowry swings it. And find Cody up high. 9-point advantage for Franklin. Devlin thought about it. Dribbles out. High pass. Leonard. Leonard spinning in the paint. It spins out of that rim, and she saves it out of bounds. Must have hit the baseline. Up high, Devlin, 3. Long rebound, kicked around, and saved. Franklin, outlet pass. Clemens, like she traveled, they didn't call it. Third shot won't go. Another offensive rebound. That one won't fall underneath for the Lady Panthers. My goodness. Cody brings it up for Pisgah. Now Lowry has it. Jumper good. It's Chandler Lowry with a bucket. As we approach 8 o'clock, Panther Den is starting to bust at the seams. A lot of folks have made their way in. Underneath, off the hands of Aubrey Haley, and she was open. 5:11 left, fourth quarter. Chandler Lowry. High pass. It's Leonard. Leonard can't get it to go. Under the legs, bodies on the floor. Pisgah able to get a shot up. And whose possession? It's Franklin basketball. 4:49 left in the fourth. High, dangerous pass, intercepted. It's Lowry. Gives it up off the glass. Macy Devlin, whistle and a timeout, Hardbarger. 49-44. Panthers by 5. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take one. Stay with us.
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services.
It's the biggest. Welcome back. 49-41, 4:41 left. Timeout in the books. Both teams still at their respective benches. Now, here comes Pisgah. They've already blown the whistle and the horn the second time. Got to get the Panthers to come off the bench, as Hart Parker had a lot of instruction, along with his assistant coaches, Becca Brooks over there. Lady Panthers will have the basketball. Have to get it up court, and Pisgah picks up in the backcourt with some pressure. Bristol Brooks has it knocked away from behind. It'll stay with the Panthers. And it goes 3 up and good. McKenna Clemens playing with 4 fouls. She's deadly, though. You got to have her in. You can risk it with 4:24 left. Pisgah tries to answer and does. Riley Campbell from downtown. Panthers with some difficulty getting it inbounds. They do. Pressure is amped up, and it's a steal. And then a steal back. Franklin comes down with it. Bristol Brooks palms it down, 4 minutes left. 52-47. Panthers have led for a good portion of this game. Pisgah led late second quarter. Now a whistle as Brooks split a double team, and she was bumped. Fourth on Pisgah, so no shots here. Who's that going against? Devlin, yeah. Going to pick up her second. Well, Devlin. Let's say just the third foul whistle on Pisgah. High pass, secured. Now underneath it goes, knocked away. Aubrey picks it back up. And was it knocked into? Yeah, it was partially blocked. Clement's shot was. It'll stay with Franklin. Brooks got to get in. Finds a cutting Clemens underneath. Her shot looked like it was partially blocked. Lowry up court, off the mark. Trying to find Devlin, who was cutting. Again, got to deal with that Pisgah patented Holloway pressure that they are known for. Malloy gives it up. Brooks now into the front court it goes. Haley, high pass. Secured. Foster able to get the bucket. It's a steal. McKenna Clemens tries to find Malloy. She was cutting, but it was behind Malloy and out of bounds. Panthers had a fast break opportunity. Subs coming in for both teams. It's like Malia Mason going to check in for Hartbarger. And a couple of players, I didn't grab their numbers, are into the game for Holloway and the Pisgah Sugar Bears. Approaching 3 minutes left. Pass knocked away. Panthers have had their hands very active in the passing lanes and have caused turnovers. It's something you see usually on the Sugar Bears side. I say that as they steal one away to the Sugar Bears. And we'll have some shots upcoming for Devlin. I think the reason these two teams have such close battles throughout the years is because they're very similar the way they play. They like to amp up the pressure. First shot up and good. Lowry. And it usually comes down to who can handle the pressure and who can shoot the ball well from the perimeter. And we've seen a couple of threes go down for the Panthers. And that really has been the story. It's still a tight one. 5-point lead. Haley can't get it to go. On the rebound, we've got a bump. I believe that one's on Malloy. No, it's going to go against Mason. Yeah, Malia Mason. Pick up her third. Second whistle this quarter on Franklin. Connor got it to go. Connor cuts it to just a 3-point lead now. Trouble. Timeout called by Hartbarger. 2:26 left in the fourth quarter. 54-51. Is it going to be a full timeout? Yes, it's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take a break. Stay with us.
Event of the year in Franklin. The 11th annual 80s Flashback Weekend returns to downtown. Friday, August 1st, it's the sounds of Hall & Oates with Big Bam Boom. And then Saturday, August 2nd, 80s Nation returns to rock the stage. All to benefit Shriners Children's Greenville. Find us on Facebook for more information. Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC. Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services.
2:26 left. Just a 3-point lead for the Panthers. 1 point, it was 12 in this second half. Pisgah amped up the pressure and has caused some turnovers, caused some fast break points, and has cut into this lead. Got to get it across that timeline, and she travels, does Bristol Brooks. 2:16 left, chance to tie the game with a 3 as Pisgah has possession. Lowry, high into the corner it goes. Connor, she'll get bumped. And that is going to be the 4th foul on Franklin, so no shots here. Or 3rd foul on Franklin. They put those fouls up there quick on the scoreboard. Or I can even look. They changed it. 3 to tie, off the mark by Campbell. She gets her own rebound. Lowry now deals one to Bryson, who gets the bucket to go. Just a 1-point lead now. 54-53. Dangerous pass. Into the front court it goes. Mason can't get the roll. Rebound Pisgah. Connor with it. She'll be bumped by Riley Green. Third on Green, 4th on Franklin. Side court, Pisgah, chance to take the lead with a bucket. Haven't led since the second quarter. 3 up, off the mark from the corner. Offensive rebound, Bryson. She goes up, count it, and 1. And Pisgah has taken the lead. 55-54. Brooklyn Bryson at the line to try to make it a 2-point edge for the Sugar Bears. Foul on Green, her 4th. 5th on Franklin, 2 shots the rest of the way. No good. Battle for the rebound. Pisgah able to gain possession and call timeout. A full timeout called by Brandon Holloway and the Pisgah Sugar Bears. With 1:29 left, we'll take a quick break. Full timeout, back after this. If you just tuned away, Panthers had a comfortable lead. It was 12 at one point. Well, the tide changed in this one. Pisgah has fought their way back and has taken the lead late, 55-54 over the Lady Panthers. And Pisgah will have possession underneath their own basket. A chance to build onto the lead. Chandler Lowry will get it inbound. She does up high. They'll swing it over. It's a 3. Up and good for Riley Campbell. My, oh my. Mason in the corner. Finds a cutting Brooks. She'll be at the line. Shot no good. 58-54. 54. 4-point lead for the Sugar Bears. Has some subs coming in. Is that her? Yeah, that's going to be Chandler Lowry's 5th foul, so she's going to have to take a seat. Lowry fouls out, the first player for either team to foul out of this game. 2 critical shots for Bristol Brooks to try to cut into the lead here. And cannot hit the first. Campbell comes in for Holloway as Leonard takes a seat. Second shot, good. Nothing but net. 3-point lead for Pisgah. Trap in the corner causes a turnover. Brooks, shot no. Second shot, won't fall, but a foul whistle. Layla Malloy will be at the line for 2 shots. That is the 5th foul on Pisgah, so 2 shots the rest of the way for both teams on any fouls. First shot up and good. Campbell picks up the foul. That's her second. Second shot up and good. Nothing but net. 1-point lead for Pisgah. Timeout on the floor. Is it going to be a full timeout? Yes, it will. So we'll take a quick break as well. 67 seconds left of this one. Stay with us.
Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC. Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services.
67 seconds left. And it's a 1-point lead for Pisgah. Up by 4 at 1 point here, late. After Franklin had built a 12-point lead here in this second half. Pisgah with possession. Panthers turn up the pressure. Cody brings it up quickly. 60 seconds exactly. Gets Cody in the corner. She's open 3. Off the mark. Battle for the rebound. Foul on Pisgah. 2 shots for Layla Malloy. That one's going against Jade Cody, her second. Chance to take the lead at the stripe. Layla Malloy, the sophomore. Nothing but net. Ties it up at 58. Got the second. Panthers lead, 59-58. Connor off the mark. Defensive rebound, Franklin. Green in the backcourt. Got to get it across that timeline. Green going to be fouled. 38 seconds left. 2 shots upcoming. Riley Green will be at the free throw line. She is also a sophomore. Malloy and Green, pair of sophomores. Art Barker talked about his young team coming into this one. This is the first. She can make it a 2-point edge here if she can hit the second. Coming in at 5-5 in an up and down first part of the season. And she got the second. Cody in the corner, 3. Won't fall. Rebound picked up by Cody. Her shot, no. Another battle for the rebound. Body's hitting the deck. Jump ball, possession arrow, Franklin. Got a timeout. Holloway wants to talk it over. Brandon Holloway, head coach for the Pisgah Black Bears, is going to call his troops over. Going to be a full timeout, so we'll take a quick break as well with 25 seconds left. Stay with us.
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services.
25.3 seconds on our on-screen scoreboard. Panthers have possession, and they're going to have to get it in, and obviously Pisgah going to foul, most likely, and initially try to cause a turnover. And they do. Blocked underneath. Out of bounds, stays with Pisgah, though. Did somebody turn the air on, even though it's bone-chilling cold outside. It is hot inside this old gym. Kind of stuffy. Corner three for the lead. Won't fall. Offensive rebound. Second shot, no. Another offensive rebound. Bryson, no. Another shot, counted, and one. With 12 seconds left, Pisgah with a chance to take the lead. Jay Cody at the line. Fourth on Layla Malloy. Can't hit. Pisgah grabs the rebound. Shot, no. 4 seconds left. Bristol Brooks up to Green at the buzzer. Won't go. We're headed to overtime. Let's gather ourselves and take a break. We'll be back right after this.
It's the biggest event of the year in Franklin. The 11th annual 80s Flashback Weekend returns to downtown. Friday, August 1st, it's the sounds of Hall & Oates with Big Bam Boom. And then Saturday, August 2nd, 80s Nation returns to rock the stage. All to benefit Shriners Children's Greenville. Find us on Facebook for more information. Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
Well, 4 quarters wasn't enough. These two teams are going to battle for another 4 minutes here at the Panther Den. What do we expect? Anything less between these two teams? Chance there at the buzzer for the Panthers to win it. And it would not fall for Riley Green. She was racing towards the hole. So we'll have a traditional tip-off. There's the buzzer. And then we'll battle for 4 more minutes. If you just joined us, the Panthers at one point had a 12-point lead in the second half. Saw that evaporate. Saw Pisgah take a 4-point lead. Able to come back with the Lady Panthers and then take another lead late. And there you saw the final few seconds. Pisgah had a chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play to possibly win the game. couldn't convert. It's going to be Haley and Cody that will jump center. And we'll play 4 more minutes at the Panther Den. Pisgah controls the opening tip. Devlin kicks it over. Campbell gets double teamed. Campbell gets it picked. Bristol Brooks, coast to coast, gets hacked. Fourth quarter fouls do not reset. They continue, so both teams will be in the bonus. 2 shots for Bristol. Who's that on? It's Devlin, her 4th, or 3rd. Just change it, her 3rd. Brooks hits the first. Phillip, you back there brewing some coffee? We may need it. You'll be here for a while. Second shot, off the mark. Long rebound, picked up by Leonard. I'm George Young. Alongside our executive producer, it's Philip Angel tonight. Tammy Nelson running our middle camera for us. Appreciate you joining us, wherever you may be, on this chilly Friday evening. That one's up and good. And Pisgah has taken a 1-point lead. Brooks in the backcourt, the freshman dishes one into the front court. It's Mason. Aaliyah now going to find Green, backs it out, calls out the offense. As we approach 3 minutes left. Brooks to the hole. Knocked away, got it back. Shot wouldn't go. Hits the deck, does Bristol. Leonard secures the board. Cody. Backs, kicks. Leonard, jumper, no. Offensive rebound, Bryson, no. Another offensive board, 3rd shot up and good. Riley Campbell able to give Pisgah now a 3-point lead at 64-61. 2.5 left. Green over to Brooks. She's open for 3. Air ball. Legs have got to be an issue at this point for both teams because haven't been a lot of subs, and Bristol Brooks has been out there the entire time. Devlin swings it over. Now deep into the corner goes Leonard. She gets double teamed now. Travels with it. Students reminding her you can't do that. They're right below us. 2:12 left. Brooks calls out the offense, dribbles it up, kicks it. Now underneath Mason. Lost control, fell down really. Now it's Brooks being harassed by Campbell. Gives it up to Green. Back over to Brooks. Bristol. No foul. Bodies hit the deck. Up court it goes. Devlin to the hole. Wouldn't go. Fight for the board. And it looks like we got a foul. A reach in on Pisgah. Well, 2 shots on the other end for the Lady Panthers. Looks like McKenna Clemens is due to check in after the first shot. Who's going to take the free throws? Let's see here. Looks like it's Layla Malloy. 2 shots upcoming. Nothing but net with the first. Chance to cut it to a 1-point lead for Pisgah. Clemens checks in. Bristol Brooks is going to take a rest here. Minute. 38 seconds left. Second shot, no good. Rebound. Pisgah, and she travels with it. Leonard secured it, and she went to the deck, and that's a traveling violation. So Brooks is going to check back into the game as Hartbarger thought that he'd be on defense. And now offensively, the Panthers have a chance to take the lead or tie it. Mason underneath, tie up, possession arrow going to stay with Franklin. Boys action eventually tonight. High pass. Riley Green kicks it. Clemens over to Green. Green swing it to Brooks. Clemens lost control. Up court it goes. Campbell. And one. And Clemens is going to foul out. That's going to be her fifth. So McKenna Clemens has to take a seat. It'll be the first Panther to foul out. We've already seen Lowry foul out for the Sugar Bears. Campbell, one shot. And can't get it to go. Rebound, saved out of bounds into the hands of Bristol Brooks. Riley Green, three. Off the mark. Pisgah with a rebound. Under 60 seconds left. Now issues in the backcourt. Campbell. Underneath. Devlin. Second opportunity. Good. Leonard may have put the dagger in the heart of the Lady Panthers. Deep three, air ball. Heartbreak City for the Lady Panthers. After having a 12-point lead in this ball game in the fourth quarter. Pisgah now up 68-62. Now just got to foul and hope. Of course, we got foul trouble for everybody, so nobody really can foul at this point. And now we've got a whistle and a timeout. Pisgah wants to talk it over. Okay. 25 seconds left. Full timeout, so we'll take a quick break as well. Stay with us. Welcome back. As we're still in the timeout, you see the cheerleaders performing. Be tuning in, looking for the boys varsity. Well, we've still got at least 15 minutes or so before we'll get the boys tipping it off. They're in each corner of the gym you see there, the top right side of your screen there. Ready to come on to warm up, but then they have to do the warm-ups and introductions and everything. So we're looking at close to 15 minutes before we'll tip that one off. Barring a major comeback, a 6-point deficit for the Lady Panthers. 25.6 seconds left. Franklin will fall under 500 and suffer their first conference loss. Pisgah has possession. They get it inbounds to Cody, and now a foul. That'll be Haley's fifth. She'll have to take a seat. Beatty going to check in for it. 2 shots. Weird things have happened, but if Cody's able to hit one of these, it's a 3-possession game. Misses the first. One more for Jade Cody. Misses them both. Still a 2-possession game. Not over just yet. Panthers, though, have to score quick. Bristol Brooks drives, spins, shoots. Off balance. Got it. Timeout, Hartbarger. Not a full. No, there's going to be a 30-second timeout. And we'll throw the standings up. If you just joined us, have a lot of folks that have tuned in late. Here the standings in the Mountain 7 Conference on the girls' side. You see Franklin and Pisgah at the top there. Franklin at 2-0, the best record in the conference, but not the best overall record. That's Pisgah. And held a 12-point lead in the fourth quarter in this one and has blown it. And staring down the barrel of a 6th loss in the first in conference. If you can't come back from this 4-point deficit. And Pisgah will really be in the driver's seat because you see the rest of the teams at the conference sub 500 or at 500. And they'll definitely be favored to win. And all the rest that they play. Pisgah has possession. Devlin has it. She'll be fouled. Issue Hartbarger has is finding somebody who doesn't have 4 fouls to foul late here, as both teams are in foul trouble. Only been in foul trouble since the fourth quarter. Who's that one on? Bristol? No, she only has 2 fouls. Lowry, or check that, Devlin at the line. She hits the first. Five-point lead. Could make it 6, and she does. Five seconds left. Shot off the mark. Offensive rebound. Mason goes up, gets it knocked away. That'll do it. It's a final 70-64 in overtime. The Sugar Bears clip the Lady Panthers in heartbreaking fashion in overtime. We'll get set for the boys varsity. It's coming up. We'll hear again from Doug Clemens, and we'll get his thoughts on tonight's opponent in the Pisgah Black Bears and really the first half of the season, first 10 games. And we come back. Stay with us.
It's the biggest event of the year in Franklin. The 11th annual 80s Flashback Weekend returns to downtown. Friday, August 1st, it's the sounds of Hall & Oates with Big Bam Boom. And then Saturday, August 2nd, 80s Nation returns to rock the stage. All to benefit Shriners Children's Greenville. Find us on Facebook for more information. Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
Welcome back. George Young now joined with Doug Clemens of the boys varsity team, the head coach. And it's the first time we've actually talked to you this season. The way that the schedule played out, we couldn't do a couple of the games that you had early in the season. You already played 10 games coming into tonight's conference opener against the Pisgah Black Bears. Let's go back in time, Coach, in 2024. You guys finished 2024 slate at 7-3, coming off a second-place finish in the Battle of the States tournament. Recap the first half of the season for us.
Well, I think it's been it's a good start. It's been a tough start. As you mentioned, we've played 10 games and only 2 games have been at home. Both of those were non-conference games against Murphy and Andrews, which we were able to win. We feel like this is a really good venue for us, and we're hoping that these tough road games that we've played will have made us a stronger team. As you mentioned, we've played 10 games, 2 conference games. We've lost a tough one to East Henderson at East Henderson early in the season by 11 points, and then we won over at Tuscola. So those are our 2 conference games that we've played so far. Non-conference wise, we've played a really tough schedule. Not only have we played away from home, but we played some really good teams. McDowell is one of the top teams in West North Carolina. We played them at Western Carolina University in the clash of the conferences. Played well for 3 quarters. They were able to stretch it out in the 4th, but still came away knowing that we could compete with some of the better teams. And then, of course, we've played over to the Battle of the States in Hiawassee, and that was a good experience for us. Had to play 3 games in 4 nights, and played very well. Even the final game, we played Union, Georgia, which is a really good team out of Blairsville, and it was nip and tuck down to the end, and then they were able to extend at the end by making some shots, some free throws. But we cut their lead and played strong right up to the end. So good guard play by them, so that prepares us for tonight against Pisgah because they're pretty guard strong.
Well, through 10 games, Coach, you knew coming in that you had a lot of scoring coming back from last year's team. What have you learned about this team so far?
A very balanced team. We have three guys that are averaging in the mid teens to high teens. Then we have a couple other guys that are averaging just under 10 points a game. So we've had several games where we've had 3 people in double figures. We've had some games that we've had 4 people and 5 people in double figures. So the scoring is much more balanced than it was last year, and I think that's good. It's harder for teams to scout us because they can't focus in on 1 or 2 players. Defensively, I feel like we're much better. We've been primarily playing man-to-man defense. We've mixed in a little bit of full court pressure with some half-court trap. But our primary defense has been man-to-man, and it's enabled us to focus on guarding and help side defense. And also, I think it's helped our rebounding because, when you have a man, then obviously when the shot goes up, that's your guy. You got to box out. Where in the zone, sometimes you get caught in between and don't do quite as good a job. So we're excited about both sides of the ball. We feel like up to this point we've been strong offensively. And defensively, we feel like that's probably the highlight of our season.
I know it's the first home conference game. You've played 2 conference games so far, coming at 1-1. Had to take on East Henderson, the preseason favorite. They're undefeated coming into tonight's action at 12-0. And it looks like the way that the conference standings are shaking out that there's not a lot of wiggle room if you do want to compete for that conference regular season championship. So really, you almost have to win out. Maybe can't lose more than 1 down the stretch if you wanted to win that regular season conference championship. So talk about the conference, what you've seen so far, and then the Black Bears come in at 4-7, but they've played a pretty tough schedule early on too.
They have. They're very, very battle tested, and obviously the 2 teams, us and Pisgah, we have a building rivalry between the 2 schools, and I think they'll bring plenty of energy tonight. When you look at the preseason standings before the season ever started, I think you could look at East Henderson, returning conference champion, best player in the conference, returning in Brewer. They've stood up to the test so far. We had to play them the 3rd game of the season. Not to make any excuses, but I do not think we were quite ready to play in that type of a ball game that early. We had some cancellations because of football with the 2 Murphy games. We were supposed to get those in before we played East Henderson, but didn't happen. So, again, went over there, played well, had a chance to win, ended up losing by 11 at their place. Obviously, they've got to come here later in the season, and we were looking forward to that. But in the meantime, as you mentioned, several teams that could play into the conference championship. I feel like we're one of them. I feel like Pisgah is one of them, even though, like you say, the record doesn't indicate. They played a really, really tough schedule up to this point. And when you look at returning players and what teams have returning from last year, they probably have as much as anybody returning. Now, they lost the blue kid in football to an injury right at the end of the season, and he was a standout player, but they've rebounded well from that and found good offense in the other players. Another team I think to keep an eye on would probably be North Henderson, and that's who we'll play next Tuesday. Luckily for us, we played all these away games early in the season. Now we come into January, and 6 out of our next 9 are at home, and only one of those away games is a conference game. So, we're really looking forward, hopefully using the tough schedule that we played up to this point to, build some momentum. And then if we can get on a little roll here in January with these home games, hopefully get our fans used to coming and watching and get our community excited. It's been a little tough up front, but still I think we have a lot of good things to look forward to.
Well, Coach, it's always a pleasure to talk to you before tonight's action, and we'll do it again on Tuesday night.
Okay, looking forward to it.
That's Doug Plemons, head varsity boys coach. Stay with us. We've got more to come.
My name's Garrett Young. I'm a freshman, and I wrestle at FHS. And I've been selected for the FHS Athlete of the Month. My biggest goals are to win state as a freshman, which is going to be pretty tough, but also to go to these big tournaments nationwide and win it. I recently wrestled at the War Eagle tournament and ended up getting MVP. Really, it means a lot going in that high school tournament and wrestling all the big seniors and juniors. I just really wrestled smart, I wrestled hard. My biggest motivator is my dad. Helps me through really cutting weight and just have the mindset to go out there and dominate.
The Athlete of the Month has been presented by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first, member FDIC. And by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. They take pride in providing world-class care right here at home. For 75 years, the Panther Pit has stood as an enduring symbol of our community. More than just a football stadium, it has witnessed graduations, folk festivals, senior class days, track meets, youth sports, band performances, and the crowning of many homecoming queens. As for football, it's a place where countless young men forged their character, where small-town rivalries were ignited, where hometown heroes were discovered, at a place where generations of fans found a place to belong on Friday nights. Whether you were on the field, in the band, or watching in the stands, the Pit brings up nostalgic memories for all of us. From its humble beginnings to its present status, the Panther Pit has become an integral part of our community. Its transformation over the last 75 years is rooted in the generosity this community is known for. There are tons of stories to tell, and surely we won't be able to share all of them in our video, but this tribute is meant to capture the Pit's history and stroke great memories for those who have been a part of it. We hope this video will spark conversations about what made the Panther Pit so special, both within our community and beyond. We will explore the history of this beloved venue and document its biggest changes throughout 75 years. Along the way, we hope to highlight the people and selfless dedication that made it a legendary part of our community. This documentary has involved many hours of research. We have scoured the local press archives and conducted numerous interviews with folks that have a first-hand account of the last 75 years. And we found two things that are certain. The Pit has received a ton of work over the last 75 years in terms of the field and playing surface, amenities for fans, and facilities for the players. These changes have been driven by the generosity of our local people. Civic groups and individual fans have given resources, time, and money to change it for the better. There is a ton of excitement about the future Franklin High School campus and the new Panther Pit. But let us first pause and say a proper goodbye to this one. The Final Whistle, celebrating 75 years of history at the Panther Pit, now streaming on demand on the Franklin Panther Sports Network's YouTube and Facebook pages.
Welcome back. As you see, the lights have been turned off. The Panthers are being introduced here at the Panther Den. You see, it drives our cameras kind of crazy. Turn the lights off like that. It's the Black Bears and the Panthers on the boys' side as we get set for the opening tip. Panthers coming at 7-3. You saw Doug Clemens in our interview talking about the tough schedule that the boys have played. Pisgah comes out dressed in gray uniforms. Panthers in white tonight. It'll be Noah Branning, jumping center for the Panthers against Kenyon Moore. We are underway. It's going to be the Panthers that have the opening possession. Into the corner it goes. Jack Tedeschi couldn't get the corner three to go. That's Pisgah now. And Lowry up top. Jake Lowry with the dribble. He'll give it up. Putnam over to Moore. Back up top, Lowry. Guarded by McClure. He'll swing it over. It's now Messer with it. Now Moore. Whitson likes to swing the ball around and is very pass happy, his offense. Almost a turnover as Tedeschi jumped into the passing lane, knocked it out of bounds. Pisgah comes in at 4-7. They've also played a tough schedule. Franklin coming off the Battle of the States tournament last weekend. Friday, Saturday, and a Monday affair in Hiawassee at Towns County High School. They ended up losing in the finals. They finished second. Got a nice trophy, though. I wish you had a picture of the trophy that Clemens has in his office. Three up and good to get the scoring going. Will Rowers. That one's knocked out of bounds. Jack has, again, quick hands and gets it into the passing lane. They finished second. Union County, Georgia, ended up winning the Battle of the States tournament. They came into that game 10-2, now 11-2. That will be a force in the Georgia high school basketball side, at least at North Georgia. A talented bunch. They finished first in the Battle of the States tournament. It's a steal. Rowers off the glass. Will Rowers gives the Panthers a 5-0 lead. And another steal. It's Tedeschi. Look out. Jack puts it in, and we've got a whistle and a timeout on the floor. Jonathan Whitson wants to talk it over. He has seen enough. 7-0 early on. Panthers with the advantage. Here's the schedule for the boys. As you see, the conference games coming up. See a lot of FPSN logos in the month of January. 6 games in the month of January we'll have here on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. And what better way to get things started than with the Pisgah Black Bears. They had 2 home games, one the day after Thanksgiving, and then one day before Christmas. And we could not logistically make those broadcasts happen with the small crew that we have. I was out of town last Monday after they rescheduled that game about 2 weeks before. Saved out of bounds off of a Panther. Jumping out was Putnam, and it went off of Will Rowers. And Pisgah will reset deep in the corner. Here at the student section, you see. It'll be Kenyon Moore to get it in. And a high pass almost stolen. Lowry drives in, dishes, knocked around, out of bounds. Last touch by Pisgah. These gray uniforms are new. I don't think I've seen Pisgah wear these. I guess they would call them smoky gray. I've seen Franklin wear some smoky gray, not on the basketball side, but we have on the football side. I've seen some of those smoky gray uniforms. Not a big fan of them, just be honest. Tedeschi for 3. Jack nails it from downtown. Junior transfer from Cherokee, making his presence known early in this ball game. 10-0. Panthers on top. Putnam, did he double dribble? No, foul. It's going against Pisgah, an offensive foul. Didn't see it, must have been below us. Whistled on Maddox Wright. That'll be his first, team's first. First foul whistled on either team. Early on, it's Max McClure attacking. McClure, nifty, can't get it to go. The iron unkind to McClure. Lowry getting position, can't get it to go. Rebound, snagged by Noah Branning. Brandon up to McClure. Into the corner it goes to Zarn. He'll find Tisateski. Off the mark with the three. Jake Lowry up high. Ball knocked away. It's Tisateski again, getting his long arms in the passing lane once again. Into the game, Aaron Clark for Coach Jonathan Whitson for the first time. I'll see Clark check in. Moore with it. Kenyon on the dribble. Stops. Blocked. Here goes Brannon. He has it. Noah. Fade away, no. Tip up, no. Rebound, Pisgah. Nifty move, it's Putnam. He'll be fouled as Mason Putnam will be at the line for a couple. No, they say he was not in the act of shooting. Okay. Definitely would have been in the act in the girls' game, at least early on in that girls' game. Knocked out. Stays with Pisgah. Active hands by Will Rowers. Glad that you are with us. We're getting started a little late with the boys' varsity. Almost 8:45 when this one tipped off. Girls went to overtime. If you just joined us, it was a thriller, overtime thriller with Pisgah coming out on top. Now the whistle and a foul on Franklin. Rowers going to pick up the foul, and again, no shots. Second on Franklin. Rowers will pick up his first foul. That was a nice move underneath by Mason Putnam to get it to go. And it's McClure racing up court. Kicking it into the corner. It's Brannon, three. Off the mark. And Pisgah going to clear the board. Free throw line jumper. It wouldn't go. Putnam couldn't get it. Now we've got controversy. Who was it off? Fans below us think they know. It'll be Franklin basketball. Max McClure calls out the offense. Oh, check that. That's Desarn that'll bring it up. Desarn calls out the offense, kicks it over to Max. Max in the paint. Got his own rebound. And he got fouled on the way up. That'll send McClure to the line for a couple of shots. After a hot start for the Panthers, they cooled off here in the middle part of the first quarter. Up 10-0 at one point. We'll see if McClure can add that point total. And he does with the first. Kenyon Moore going to take a seat. Check it in for him is Andrew Harden. 3:17 left. And the second shot is up and good. I think the fans are just worn out after that girls' overtime game. Kind of quiet, sitting back and enjoying this one, taking it in. 10-point advantage for Franklin. It was loud in here for that overtime thriller with Pisgah coming out on top. Putnam driving, kicking. Knocked away. Lowry backs it out, then kicks it. Into the corner it goes once again. Now attacking. It's Putnam. And Putnam able to get the bucket. Out to Tisateski. Thought about drive again. Over to Will Rowers. A deep three. He got it. That's his patented shot. The deep three. The Steph Curry three. in the corner. Shot wouldn't go for Lowry. Pisgah gets the offensive rebound, and that one will go from downtown. Putnam gets the trifecta to go. 15-7. An 8-point lead for the Panthers. Jack Teske dribbles, finds Rowers deep in the left corner. Going to drive in now, lose control as he throws it away. Lowry swings at Clark, spinning, no. Offensive rebound. Out it goes Putnam. He hits from downtown. Back-to-back jacks for the Pisgah Black Bears, and all of a sudden it's just a 5-point edge for Doug Clemens and his boys. Max McClure calls out the offense. He'll find DeZarn. Braylon. Bounce pass. Finds Will Rowers. Now he's going to reset. Approaching a minute 15 left. Rowers kicks. Brandon, 3, left side. Got it. Noah Brandon, the senior from downtown. 18-10. Panthers by 8. Spinning. Offensive foul. Going against Pisgah's Jake Lowry. His first, and that'll be the third on Pisgah. And Kenyon Moore going to check back in for Whitson and Pisgah. Just joined us. Franklin jumped out to a 10-0 advantage here in the first. 60 seconds left. Pisgah has come back. Brandon again from 3. It won't go. And Kenyon Moore able to secure the board. 45 seconds left. Putnam driving in, lost control, and saved. Rowers into the hands of Teske. Off to McClure, thought about it. Over to Teske, another deep 3. He got it! 30 seconds left. 21-10. Double-digit lead again for the Panthers. Kenyon Moore will swing it over. It's Putnam driving, spinning in the paint. Putnam, nifty move. And Putnam gets the bucket to go off the glass. We're down to 10 seconds left here in this opening quarter. Boys varsity. In the paint, knocked away. Putnam can't get it at the buzzer, and that's going to do it for the opening quarter of action. 21-12, 9-point lead for the Panthers as we head to break.
My name's Garrett Young. I'm a freshman, and I wrestle at FHS. And I've been selected for the FHS Athlete of the Month. My biggest goals are to win state as a freshman, which is going to be pretty tough, but also to go to these big tournaments nationwide and win it. I recently wrestled at the War Eagle tournament and ended up getting MVP. Really, it means a lot going in that high school tournament and wrestling all the big seniors and juniors. I wrestled smart, I wrestled hard. My biggest motivator is my dad. Helps me through really cutting weight and just have the mindset to go out there and dominate.
The Athlete of the Month has been presented by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first, member FDIC. And by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. They take pride in providing world-class care right here at home.
Second quarter just about set to begin. It's Kenyon Moore that will trigger and get it in for Jonathan Whitson. And 4-7 Pisgah Black Bears. Trailing 21-12. Glad you're with us. I'm George Young. Alongside of our fantastic FPSN crew, it's a turnover. Teske intercepts the pass and gets fouled. He attempts from 3, and it doesn't go, but it wouldn't have counted anyway. That will be the first whistled on Pisgah here in this second quarter. That one's going against Harden. Andrew Harden picks up his first, and it goes underneath. Brandon shot blocked by Moore. It'll stay with Franklin. 7:42 left. 9-point advantage for Franklin. They have led throughout, if you just joined us. Off the back of Moore, the old play. Pisgah able to get the bucket. He inbounded it off the back of Moore, grabbed it, and got it to go. Moore's shot, no, and we've got a foul coming up on Noah Brandon. Got to go against the Panthers. Oh, no, they're going to go the other way. Oh, okay. Well, he pointed the other. I don't know if he caught it on camera. The official pointed the other way, and I thought it was an offensive foul, but they got the right call that time. It's a three, left side, got it. That's Dominic Messer. First bucket for Messer tonight. In the corner, McClure tries to answer and does. Max McClure from downtown back to a 9-point lead, 24-15 for the Panthers. Clark dribbling. And then we've got a whistle and a foul going against, the question is who, because there was a lot of traffic. Brandon? Yeah, going against Noah Brandon. And it looks like Noah going to take a seat, as we'll see Lance Parker check in for the first time for Coach Doug Clemens. Doug hasn't substituted a lot here early on. Jake Lowry on the dribble. Back it in. Working on Desarn. Kicks it over. Messer. Underneath off the glass. Dominic Messer back-to-back points. Pisgah swings it over. McClure. Three! Got it! Max McClure back-to-back jacks. He hits from downtown to make it a 29-17 lead. 12-point advantage for the Panthers. 6:13 left. First half. Moore to the hole. No. Skying for the rebound. He stepped on the baseline. Did Aaron Clark. And Clark going to take a seat after turning the ball over, and it's going to be Maddox Wright Jr. for Whitson to check in. 6:08 left, second quarter. Glad you're with us. Staying warm, hopefully. We're just about 9 o'clock. On the first Friday of 2025, we are glad that you are spending your evening with us now into the night. On YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. Desarn thought about it, gives it up to Pisgah, back to Desarn. Bounce pass into Parker, out it goes. Rowers three, got it! The threes are raining in the second quarter for the Panthers. And a steal. Desarn wouldn't go, got his own rebound. Kicks it to Parker. Parker got fouled on the way to the hole. Shot wouldn't go, but we'll see two at the free throw line for Lance Parker. It'll be the second. Whistled on Pisgah. That one's going to go against. I haven't put it up there yet. There's not a 14 on the floor. There we go. We put it up there. It's on Mason Putnam. Will be his first. Parker gets the roll on the first shot. He'll get one more. Parker able to hit both at the charity stripe. Panthers hitting the free throws early on here. 33-17. Biggest lead for the Panthers so far in this one, and a traveling violation. Andrew Harden shuffled his feet. Now Jack is gonna look like drain some clock here. You see Clemens to the left. Can't see it off your screen telling him to wait, but now a turnover. Trying to kill some time, and a turnover. Backfired. McClure now going to back it out, call out the offense. Max, the senior, bounce pass to Parker. Lost control, saves it, does Lance. Into the backcourt and saved into the front court into the hands of Pisgah. Putnam way off the mark and out of bounds off of a Black Bear. Braylon Desarn finds Tisateski. He's going to wave and call out some directions offensively. Finds Max McClure. McClure driving in, spinning. Fade away, got it. As McClure hits the deck. He is on fire here in this second quarter, is McClure. Didn't have a big first quarter, but has really taken off here in the second. And knocked out of bounds. Tisateski last to touch it. It'll stay with Pisgah. Mason Putnam to trigger for Whitson. In it goes. Knocked away briefly. And then he was able to secure it. Was Maddox right and get the bucket. We've got a whistle, and it's going to be a 30-second timeout. Who called it? I think it was Doug Clemens. We haven't taken a look at the conference standings just yet on the boys' side. You see East Henderson at the top of the conference. They were the preseason favorite, and they have lived up to the billing. Currently 12-0 and 2-0 in the conference. Franklin lost to East Henderson back on Friday the 13th. First conference game of the year and only the third game of the season for the Panthers after a 2-week break. The way that the schedule worked out, it was not ideal. And Coach Doug Clemens talked about how he didn't think that the boys were in midseason form like they are now when they initially took on East Henderson. Desarn weaving its way in traffic, finds Rowers, deep three, no. Wright secures the rebound, coast to coast, kicks it, and we've got a offensive foul going against Wright. Check that, Andrew Harden. Andrew Harden picks up the foul. Looks like Harden going to take a seat. It'll be his second foul, offensive foul that time. Third on Pisgah. With 3:45 left in the second. The perspiration you see making sure it's not too much on the floor. First time we have seen Attic Sutton. Underneath it's Rowers. He can't get it to go. Rebound McClure off the glass. In the corner, it's Messer. Swings it up top, knocked away. William Rowers. Over to Tisateski. Count it, and one. Jack will be at the line. Who do they give it to? Putnam? Yeah, Mason Putnam picks up his second. Fourth on Pisgah. Got one more to give, or Panthers will be at the line. Two shots for the remainder of this second quarter. And Tisateski able to get the bucket. Putnam gives it up. Maddox Wright with it. Got to find Clark. Clark knocked away. Stolen. Up court. Tisateski. Timeout. Jonathan Whitson. Going to be a full timeout or a 30? It's going to be a full timeout. So we're going to take one with 2:49 left in the second. Stay with us. Pisgah has possession out of the timeout. Uh-oh, we got whistles and we got horns. What's going on? Oh, I had a sub come in. Okay. Now we're ready. Harden lost control, picks it back up, into the corner it goes. Now Kenyon Moore ends up with it, and Moore able to get the running jumper to go. 43-23, a 20-point lead now. Coach Flemons and his boys. Pisgah, he can't get it. It's the back of the iron. Pisgah going to race down court. Got some bodies hitting the deck. They call a charge. Sure did. Wow. Andrew Harden going to pick up his third foul. And we're going to a sub coming in for Harden. And it's Aaron Clark is going to check in for Coach Whitson. That was way underneath the basket, that offensive foul. They don't have that halo like you see other leagues like the NBA and college. Underneath, it's Max McClure. He'll be at the line. He'll count the bucket. And Maddox Wright picks up the foul for Pisgah. It'll be the fifth whistled on the Black Bears, so it's going to be 2 shots the rest of the way, except for Max. He's going to go at the free throw line for just 1 after making the bucket. Back of the iron, rebound, going to be secured by the Panthers. Briefly, Noah Brandon had it, and now the Panthers will have it. It's Attic Sutton. Over to McClure. McClure got to drive in. Max got hacked again. 2 shots coming up. It's going against Aaron Clark. That'll be his second. It's like Braylon Desarn going to come in for Tisotesky. Jack takes a seat. Excuse me. One more for McClure. And that one rims out. Kenyon Moore with the rebound. Panthers a little trap in the backcourt, and we got a collision. Lance Parker going to pick up the foul for Franklin. Just the third whistled on Franklin, and just the first on Lance Parker. Hasn't had a lot of playing time so far. And they change it the second half. Corner 3, up and good. Stop the bleeding briefly. Dominic Messer able to get that trifecta to go. Attic Sutton had it just for a moment. Now it's McClure with it. 70 seconds left. First half. Nifty. McClure can't get the bucket. Body's hitting the deck. Franklin comes out with it. Oh. Had a foul away from the basketball in the melee underneath. Is that going against Pisgah? It's going against Kenyon Moore. Technical. They have teed up Kenyon Moore. Did not see exactly what happened. I don't know if he tried to trip somebody getting up. It's the only thing I could think of. Maybe he said something on the floor. I did not see what happened. Wouldn't happen to have a replay, would we? No. Okay. It's going to be Max McClure that will shoot the technical shots. Kenyon Moore picks up his first. McClure hits the first. And he hits the second. Tisa is back into the game as it's Sutton that will sugar as we look down from above. Braylon Desarn going to drain some clock. Find Tisa. Panthers with a commanding 48-26 lead. The Zarn three rims out. More bodies hitting the deck, and who are they going to give it to? Looks like it's going against Franklin. And it's going against Lance Parker. Fourth on Franklin. No shots. 5.7 left. Pisgah with an opportunity to take the last shot. William Rowers will head into the game. For the final 5.7 for Coach Clemens and Franklin. Uh-oh. Had one of the deputies start to walk. I didn't know if there was some issues. At the buzzer, that'll do it. Halftime here at the Panther Den. 48-26 is your score at the break. Franklin jumped out to a 10-point lead, 10-0 advantage to begin the first quarter and really have not looked back as we'll watch the cheerleaders here perform before we head to break. And we'll get you set for the beginning of the third quarter. I've been promised some first half stats by the one, the only Byron McClure and his assistant, Miles McClure. They are compiling stats. They're going to text me some halftime stats, so we'll have that to begin the third quarter. And we'll check the stats and get you set for the beginning of the third quarter here in just a moment. 48-26 is the Panther advantage at the break. We'll take one. Stay with us.
It's the biggest event of the year in Franklin. The 11th annual 80s Flashback Weekend returns to downtown. Friday, August 1st, it's the sounds of Hall & Oates with Big Bam Boom. And then Saturday, August 2nd, 80s Nation returns to rock the stage. All to benefit Shriners Children's Greenville. Find us on Facebook for more information. Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
My name's Garrett Young. I'm a freshman and I wrestle at FHS. And I've been selected for the FHS Athlete of the Month. My biggest goals are to win state as a freshman, which is going to be pretty tough, but also to go to these big tournaments nationwide and win it. I recently wrestled at the War Eagle tournament and ended up getting MVP. Really, it means a lot going in that high school tournament and wrestling all the big seniors and juniors. I just really wrestled smart, I wrestled hard. My biggest motivator is my dad. Helps me through really cutting weight and just have the mindset to go out there and dominate.
The Athlete of the Month has been presented by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first, member FDIC. And by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. They take pride in providing world-class care right here at home. For 75 years, the Panther Pit has stood as an enduring symbol of our community. More than just a football stadium, it has witnessed graduations, folk festivals, senior class days, track meets, youth sports, band performances, and the crowning of many homecoming queens. As for football, it's a place where countless young men forged their character, where small-town rivalries were ignited, where hometown heroes were discovered, at a place where generations of fans found a place to belong on Friday nights. Whether you were on the field, in the band, or watching in the stands, the Pit brings up nostalgic memories for all of us. From its humble beginnings to its present status, the Panther Pit has become an integral part of our community. Its transformation over the last 75 years is rooted in the generosity this community is known for. There are tons of stories to tell, and surely we won't be able to share all of them in our video, but this tribute is meant to capture the Pit's history and stroke great memories for those who have been a part of it. We hope this video will spark conversations about what made the Panther Pit so special, both within our community and beyond. We will explore the history of this beloved venue and document its biggest changes throughout 75 years. Along the way, we hope to highlight the people and selfless dedication that made it a legendary part of our community. This documentary has involved many hours of research. We have scoured the local press archives and conducted numerous interviews with folks that have a first-hand account of the last 75 years. And we found two things that are certain. The Pit has received a ton of work over the last 75 years in terms of the field and playing surface, amenities for fans, and facilities for the players. These changes have been driven by the generosity of our local people. Civic groups and individual fans have given resources, time, and money to change it for the better. There is a ton of excitement about the future Franklin High School campus and the new Panther Pit. But let us first pause and say a proper goodbye to this one. The Final Whistle, celebrating 75 years of history at the Panther Pit. Now streaming on demand on the Franklin Panther Sports Network's YouTube and Facebook pages. Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville, your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services. It's the biggest event of the year in Franklin. The 11th annual 80s Flashback Weekend returns to downtown. Friday, August 1st, it's the sounds of Hall & Oates with Big Bam Boom. And then Saturday, August 2nd, 80s Nation returns to rock the stage. All to benefit Shriners Children's Greenville. Find us on Facebook for more information. Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services.
My name's Kyra Bowles, I'm a senior, and I'm on the volleyball team. I've made all conference the past 2 years as an outside hitter. I just recently committed to play volleyball at Maryville College. My biggest achievement in high school is getting All-State this past season. My favorite game this season was the first round of state playoffs against Fred T. Ford because I like playing teams that we haven't played before. My favorite moment was from last season was when we beat West Henderson on Pink Night. My biggest inspiration for volleyball is Maddie Skinner because she centers her relationship with volleyball around Christ.
The Athlete of the Month has been presented by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first, member FDIC. And by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. They take pride in providing world-class care right here at home.
Welcome back. See the varsity boys for the Panthers warming up. We got a few more ticks in the clock before we'll get to second half action. Do have some stats for the Panthers. Don't have Pisgah stats, unfortunately, but we do have some Franklin stats, and they're an impressive first half. 48 points, 3 in double figures. Max McClure leads the way with 17 points. Jack Tisatesky with 15, and Will Rowers with 11 points. Rowers has 3 threes, and Tisatesky and McClure have 2 threes apiece. Rounding out the scoring, Noah Brannon with 3, and Lance Parker with a bucket. Panthers in that first half shooting 47% from the 2-point line and 57% from beyond the arc. Pretty impressive first half. 8 minutes up on the scoreboard, and we're set to go in the third quarter. Franklin will have possession out of the halftime break. Franklin looking to go over 500 in the conference and push their mark to 8-3 if they can hold on to this 22-point edge. Out of bounds it goes. Rowers finds Brannon. He attacks. Got it. Noah Brannon now with 5 points. Cross court pass, corner 3, hits the deck, does Messer. They called a flop warning? Is that something? Huh. Okay. I didn't know anything about. Now there's some discussion at the scores table. Something warning. I think they're checking the clock or something over at the scores table. Now they're ready to go. Jay Brooks over there running the clock, it looks like. Making sure that everything is kosher. That's Desarn going to bring it up. Czar going to feed McClure. McClure can't get it to go, but he'll be at the line and try to add to the 17 points in that first half. Kenyon Moore going to pick up his second. Just the first whistle here in the second half for either team. Our executive producer, Philip Angel, did put on a pot of coffee in the waning portion of the girls' overtime. And so I got a nice cup of some Carolina coffee. And we're good to go as we head towards 9:30 on a Friday night. McClure's second, up and good. Nice and strong cup of Carolina coffee. Kenyon Moore going to attack, lean in, and get the bucket. Noah Brannon to the hole. Hit the bottom of the rim and hit the deck. Rebound goes to Pisgah, then they throw it out of bounds. Was it tipped? Yeah, it was. Mason Putnam up across that half-court line. Into the corner it goes. Briefly over to Lowry, now across court. In the paint, leaning underneath, shot, no. And then the follow is up and good by Maddox Wright. 52-30, three. Front of the iron, no. Rowers gets his own rebound, kicks it out. Tizateski going to drive in. And lift the floater that won't go. Nice pass up court, and he'll get it to go. Pisgah able to get a couple of quick buckets. Mason Putnam. Timeout, Doug Clemens. Doesn't like what he sees early on here. It is Pisgah with the aggressive offense. Trying to get back into this one. Still trailing by 20 at 52-32. Got a lot of basketball for you coming up in the month of January on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. It is North Henderson on Tuesday nights. Part of 3 games next week for the basketball teams. A couple on the road. Trip to Silva, trip to Andrews. And then home for West Henderson, Swain, East. A lot of basketball coming up. As we get back to action here in the third. McClure. Over to Brannon. Brannon going to find a cutting. Will Rowers, he can't get it to go. Now Pisgah off to the races. Putnam. Rowers comes out with the board. Rowers gives it up. Brandon's open, 3, and it's an air ball. That one's kicked. I'll reset things. Putnam gets it into Moore. Swing it up top to Lowry. Lowry drives in, leans. I don't know if that was a pass. I believe it was. It's out of bounds either way. Moore stepped on the baseline when he touched it. It'll be a turnover for the Black Bears. They'll pick up half-hearted full court. Tizateski going to break it. McClure now to Brannon. Brannon kicks it. Tizateski to the hole. Won't go. Panthers have gone cold here in this third quarter. Getting the roll that time is Jake Lowry. 52-34. Brannon. Out it goes. Rowers. 3. He got it. Third 3 for Will Rowers. Rowers with 14 points. Under 5 minutes left here, third quarter. Scoop shot, no. Brandon with the board, off to Rowers, into the front court. Kicks it. It's Tisateski. Splash. Downtown goes Jack Jack. 4:30 left, third quarter. Pisgah tries to answer. They can't. Tisateski. Won't go. Pisgah going to come out with it. Putnam. Driving. Nice pass. No look to Kenyon Moore, and he gets the bucket to cut into the lead at 58-36. Still a commanding lead. The Panthers have held. Rowers. Another three in the column for Will. Putnam. Fight for the rebound. Tie up. Possession arrow going to stay with Pisgah. On Pisgah's end. Or they call a foul. Moore is upset. It is going to be a jump ball. And the possession arrow going to stay with the Bears. As just to the left of our camera position, the official is talking with Kenyon Moore about what had transpired. Looks like we may get a timeout. Well, maybe not. We just get some subs coming in. A lot of discussion here. Three, well off the mark for the Black Bears. Wright couldn't get it. Panthers attack. McClure will bring it out. Find Jack Tisateski. They're going to drain some clock now. As Tisateski will call out the offense. It is 3 minutes, 17 seconds of the moving clock here, third quarter. Appreciate you tuning in tonight. It's been a great night of basketball. Lady Panthers, Sugar Bears went to overtime with McClure getting the roll that time. He'll be at the line for the and one situation. Sugar Bears able to edge the Lady Panthers in the varsity opener. But it's been all Franklin Boys varsity in the nightcap. 63-36. McClure at the line after the foul by Maddox Wright. Can't get the and one. And Pisgah comes down with the rebound. Like Putnam secured it. He'll get credit. 2:53. Clock is a ticket here. Jake Lowry dishes. Now he gets it back. Low block. Spinning and shooting underneath. And it's off the glass. Good for Aaron Clark. Rowers driving, kicking. Tisateski with it, gets double teamed, kicks it out. Will Rowers again, a three. That one won't go. Brannon with the rebound. Over to Desarn. Desarn now, been quiet tonight. He gets the bucket to go. I believe it's the first points for Desarn in this game. Check my stat column, yep. First points for Desarn. Got a whistle and a foul on Franklin. And Desarn will pick up his first foul. So Mason Putnam going to check in for Coach Jonathan Whitson. Taking a seat will be Maddox Wright. Pisgah will have possession. They'll swing it around into the corner. A three. Off the mark for Putnam. Panthers race. It's Desarn. Outlet. Desarn back-to-back points. $29-point lead now. Nice. In the paint, Putnam. He is doing all he can to keep his Bears in this one. Will Rowers hits the deck, can't get the bucket. Rebound Pisgah. Harden. He'll give it up. Cross court in the paint. Nifty move by Lowry, but knocked around out of bounds or off to the Panthers. The Zarn's shot going to be blocked, and then Pisgah loses control out of bounds. .75 seconds left here, third quarter. Jack in the paint, and a foul coming up on the Bears. Wearing their smoky grays tonight on the Bears. I don't mind the smoky gray, but it's the numbers and how you can pick them up. Dark red and black on gray, it's hard to pick up from a long way away. And that's my number one complaint. I guess that was not backcourt. Pisateski, three, in and out for Jack. Rebound off to Harden, and Pisgah has it, under 60 seconds left. Nice underneath, falls down, gets the bucket, does Mason Putnam. And as I said earlier, he is doing all he can. That'll go against the Panthers. Looks like it will be Max McClure, his first. And just the second whistled on the Panthers here in the third. Putnam can't get the roll, but an offensive rebound. And the shot won't fall. Underneath for Clark. Fight for the board. It's out of bounds to Franklin. 40 seconds left here in this third quarter. Will Rowers just drain some clock. Down to 30 seconds left. Down to 12, down to 10. To Zarn. Dribbling, finding Pisateski over to Zarn. 4 seconds left. In the corner, Will Rowers at the buzzer. Wouldn't go. Tip up. Did he get it? Yes, they're going to count it. Noah Brandon at the buzzer. Makes it 69-42. What do you have a replay here? As he tipped it up. Yep, he got it up just before the red illuminated. All right, we'll take a break. 8 minutes left with the Panthers on top, 69-42. Stay with us.
My name's Kyra Bowles. I'm a senior, and I'm on the volleyball team. I've made all-conference the past 2 years as an outside hitter. I just recently committed to play volleyball at Maryville College. My biggest achievement in high school is getting All-State this past season. My favorite game this season was the first round of state playoffs against Fred T. Ford because I like playing teams that we haven't played before. My favorite moment was from last season was when we beat West Henderson on Pink Night. My biggest inspiration for volleyball is Maddie Skinner because she centers her relationship with volleyball around Christ.
The Athlete of the Month has been presented by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first, member FDIC. And by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. They take pride in providing world-class care right here at home.
And we are back to live action. Will Rowers up top, finds McClure. McClure, triple team, now gets it back, almost a turnover. Brandon now still fighting for it. He'll get it back, find McClure. Just dribble around Will McClure. Folks are hitting the exits. You see them cross it in front of our camera. I feel pretty confident that this one is in the win column for the Panthers. McClure off balance. for three. Watch this. Yeah. Like he almost got fouled, too. Pisgah had a missed shot. Panthers come down with it. As it's Tisateski. I'll have it up top. Find Desarn. Desarn over to McClure. Rower's going to attempt. That's an air ball. Didn't hit anything but the backboard. Moore finds Putnam to the hole. And Mason Putnam, I tell you. But he has been the points for Pisgah in this second half. He is not giving up, even though he's got a big deficit at 72-44. Noah Brannon. And then going to drain some more clock. Again, fans, invite you to tune in on Tuesday nights. We'll have some more basketball for you in the Mountain 7 Conference as North Henderson and Franklin doing battle here at the Panther Den. Purple Knights. Brannon swings it. It's McClure. Just inside the arc. He'll attempt and hit. Putnam. Yep. Counted in one. He'll be at the line. Will Mason Putnam. Rower's going to pick up the foul, which is second foul, I think. Yeah. Can't get the bucket. In the and one. Panthers come down with a rebound. Brandon kicks. Desarn, three. Braylon Desarn having a great second half after going scoreless in the first half. Fadeaway won't go. McClure, three. Got it. Now somebody playing with the lights. They were playing with the lights up here for a while, not the main lights. You couldn't see them on camera. There are some folks on the other side that may have seen, watch these lights. Yeah, we got a replay on the lights. The lights go out. I'm still discussing things. Looks like a whole new team going to check in for Coach Doug Clemens. I'll get the numbers here. Attic Sutton into the game along with Tristan Gibbs, Lance Parker, along with Aaron Bravo. Checked in. I believe I've got everybody. And Brendan Cave also out there. Yeah, Brendan Cave, the other player on the court. And some new jerseys in for Coach Jonathan Whitson as Aaron Clark hits a three. As we approach 4 minutes left, it's Attic Sutton that'll bring it up court. You know, I'm old. Been around for a while. I remember when, and this isn't that long ago, you had the old halogen lights, and cut those things off, it was 10, 15 minutes or longer before they would warm back up. Now the LEDs, you can flip them on and off. That's why you see the light show, and they can turn the lights off to announce the starting lineup. See the light show at college football stadiums now. You know, and we were talking about this, and I'm sure they'll have LED lights at the new stadium they're building just about 500 feet away from us here at the Panther Den. We'll see if they have that light show that you see at college stadiums, even high school stadiums now. I know Raven Gap, they'll flash those lights and have a light show. They can turn them different colors and all that. Lance Parker, shot won't fall. And by the way, if you just joined us, didn't hear us talking about it in the girls' varsity, that was a thriller in overtime. Shot off the mark. Have some free throws coming up for Pisgah. That's going to be Campbell Kruk that'll be at the line. But if you have not been to a game, we encourage you obviously to come out and watch. We appreciate you tuning in here on YouTube and Facebook. But the construction has begun on the brand new Franklin High School. A $100 million project. First phase is they're going to move a lot of dirt, and they've cut a lot of trees, and they put up a fence around the practice field next to the gymnasium. In fact, it comes about 30 feet from where I'm sitting right now in one corner of the gym. One of the entrances is blocked off in the front of the gym, and then there's a fence that goes all the way down to where the lower practice or the lower parking lot is. And that's mainly the parking lot that's open. There's not a lot of parking, and it's really just that lower parking lot that you can park at. The front of the gymnasium, you cannot park. They've got barricades. They had cop cars out in front. Backside, there is no entrance from the backside. They do have some parking back there, but you'll have to walk all the way around. And if you wanted to walk right now all the way around, you'd probably be an icicle by the time you got to the back parking lot. What's the temperature outside? Yeah, 28 degrees. And the wind is, I'm sure, whipping as it was when we came in. So if you do come out, and we encourage you, there's a lot of opportunities to come out and watch the Panthers on the basketball court. 6 games, including tonight, in the month of January here at the Panther Den. Be prepared. Bring your heavy coat and some walking shoes, because you'll have to walk up the hill and come on in. But once you get in, it's, there's no construction going on, and it's normal inside. But outside, there's a lot of barricades and a lot of fences. But in due time, we won't even remember when the fantastic facility is built, and we're inside of a brand new football field in a couple of years, stadium, and then a brand new gymnasium in about 3.5, 4 years. 2.5 minutes left. And it's all she wrote except for the final score in this one. Got some more players coming off the bench for Coach Doug Clemens. Top of the key 3 off the mark for Ari Underwood. Another mass substitution going to take place. Jake Pendergrass, Gunnar McConnell going to check into the game, along with C.J. Engert and Nolan Collins also in the game. And Brendan Cabe stays out there. Just about 2 minutes left. 84-51. Panthers have led the entire way, jumped out to a 10-point lead, and really have never looked back. Pisgah able to cut it to single digits early in that second quarter, but really the decision has not really been in doubt throughout this one. Dominating performance against a tough Pisgah team. Anytime these two get together, it just seems like it goes down to the wire. It doesn't really matter the records, but credit Coach Doug Clemens. That one is off the glass for Jake Pendergrass. Doug Clemens getting his boys ready, and they've put on a stellar performance here at home. Only third home game that these boys have played in here in the 2024-2025 season. Campbell Kruk will be back at the line. Jake Pendergrass picks up the foul. Minute 24. Clock starts to tick. Gunnar McConnell finds Brennan Cade. Cade picks up his dribble, has to find a teammate, finds C.J. Anker. Now McConnell. 60 seconds remaining. 3 off the mark for Pendergrass. Kruk. He's been the story for the bench players for Pisgah here in this late part of the fourth quarter, as was Putnam for the starters. He carried his team on his back, but didn't have a lot of help. And that one's knocked out of bounds. Pisgah will have it. 32.6 seconds left. Fourth quarter. Three is off the mark for Kruk. Cade came down with it, lost it. Another 3 ball. That one's up and good. Harry Underwood will get the trifecta. 8 seconds, down to 5, down to 4. He's going to do it. It's a final here at the Panther Den. 86-59. It goes into the win column of the Panthers. They advance to 8-3 overall and 2-1 in the Mountain 7 Conference. Pisgah drops to 4-8 overall. Franklin will host North Henderson on Tuesday night. We'll have that ball game right here on the Franklin Panther Sports Network. We appreciate you hanging out with us on a chilly Friday evening as we approach 10 o'clock. It's been fun tonight. The Lady Panthers lost the varsity opener in overtime to the Sugar Bears, and the varsity boys able to get a convincing victory, 86-59. For Tammy Nelson on our camera and our executive producer, Philip Angel, I'm George Young. Till Tuesday, so long, everybody.